Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 29 of the Frisky Whiskey. Tonight, we've taken a little bit of, a veer from our typical stuff, I think.
A little bit.
A little bit. I mean, it's still whiskey.
It's whiskey.
But what are we doing?
So, it is Bourbon Heritage Month.
It is Bourbon
Heritage
Month.
In honor of that, and in celebration of that, we're actually going to do something we're going to call the New Kids on the Block.
I like that.
So these are, whiskeys, bourbons that have been out there for a while now, but they're still relatively new in terms of the bourbon age.
Yep.
So, we have one that has a little bit of a history that goes way back, but then stops. And then this is definitely a new player.
Okay.
And we've actually talked about this one before. We've actually had them on our first Battle of the Ryes. And it was a very unique rye.
Is it a rye?
Yeah, that was a rye.
Okay.
That was on our very first Battle of the Ryes.
I see what you're saying.
We brought
the
this
distillery.
one in. The distillery was in the Battle of the Ryes.
We're drinking bourbons.
We're drinking bourbons tonight. So what we have tonight is we have Milam Greene, their triple cast bourbon, and then we have Pritchard's.
Yep.
Double chocolate bourbon.
I'm looking forward to that one.
Is it double chocolate? Yeah, double chocolate bourbon. Yeah. Okay. So it's really interesting. This is going to be a great show. Yeah. Milam Greene, huge respect for them.
Yeah, they knock it out of the park.
Yeah, their rye was amazing. We actually know somebody who met Milam.
Yep.
I think it was at the Total Wine in Boynton. She was doing an event there.
Yeah, like a release event.
And he met her and talked to her. Actually, was our guest from last week.
Yep, Steve.
Steve, the guy who helps Oompa Loompas.
Yes. Him and his Oompa Loompas.
But I think we should get right into these whiskeys. What do you think? I think we're going to do Milam Greene first.
I think that's a good way to go.
So I'll take the history of that one.
Yeah.
All right. And we've talked about Milam Greene before.
We have.
They were on our show, like I mentioned before, First Battle of Ryes. They had it was a port wine.
Yep.
Rye cast, so it was pretty good. So this is the Milam Greene's triple cast bourbon.
Yeah.
All right. So and it's won awards. It's very celebrated at this point. And what I like about this, what I'm going to talk about the history is, this is a woman-owned, woman-run distillery in Texas.
Yep.
And I think she's done an amazing job what she brought to the game.
Good.
It does smell good.
I like the fans blowing and wafting it over here.
And what's funny? I've had this bottle for a while, so if you can tell, it's already been. Look at the side over there. You can see
a little bit.
But it's been a while since I've had it.
Yeah.
So I got this a while ago, and I drank it obviously a little bit there.
Just a little bit.
But then with little whiskeys that we do on our show, it gets pushed back in the closet a little bit and or the shelf, and so I was like, we got to bring this back out.
Yeah, we do.
So this is a triple cast bourbon. It's $57.99.
Okay.
I really didn't see it fluctuate in terms of prices when I was doing my little research today, so that is the right price.
Okay.
It's 96 proof. So if you notice, on our notes, I did the mash bill a bit different for this one.
You did.
Because it's 70% Texas corn.
Okay.
22% malted rye from Oregon and Washington.
Okay.
And then 8% Wyoming barley.
Interesting.
That's kind of cool.
So it's like I can't really say Midwest because Oregon and Washington are not Midwest.
But this is their proprietary mash bill.
Okay.
It's theirs. Like, no one does what they do.
That's awesome.
So that's kind of cool. So they were founded in 2017. This is a woman-owned distillery out of Texas. Marsha Milam visited Kentucky and wanted to do her own whiskey making. She partnered with whiskey expert and author Heather Greene, whiskey veteran Marlene Holmes with 30 years experience, and Master Brewer Jordan Osborne, who brought 60 years of combined experience to the table. They both have smaller 300-gallon and bigger 1,000-gallon copper pot stills in Texas County, plus a classic column still in Bardstown, Kentucky. Okay. So they have two distilleries, one in Texas and one in Kentucky. So now this is what we're about to drink tonight. These are 3 hand-picked straight bourbon whiskeys that go into each bottle.
Okay.
It's a 3 to 4-year-old Texas bourbon and a 3 to 5-year-old Kentucky bourbon with a vintage Tennessee bourbon, which you're not getting a date on it, a year.
Yeah.
So this is vintage.
Okay.
Could be anything.
Could be anything,
right? So the master distiller Marlene Holmes and her whiskey team distilled this both in Texas and Kentucky. So this bottle is distilled in 2 different places.
So it's both of their facilities.
Yes, and it has that mash bill we just talked about. And the whiskey's aged in barrels across 3 states, and they come to Texas for a final aging, batching, proofing, and bottling.
Okay.
That's kind of cool. They won the double gold at the 2022 San Francisco Spirits Competition. So, like I said, they're celebrated. They've won awards. So it's kind of a cool story how they're making this. I mean, this is taking effort.
I like it that they're using both of their facilities in 2 completely separate parts of the country because there's different aging in both of those areas. Those
now,
environments are completely
I don't know
different.
where this third state they're talking about for where they age the barrels in. It's an unknown state.
I mean, for the final aging.
Yeah, because it says aged across
goes
3 states.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming it goes back to Texas, or they're talking about the Tennessee bourbon because it has because they grabbed the Tennessee bourbon aged in Tennessee, which
could be.
I'd be interested to know what Tennessee bourbon they're grabbing.
I would really like to know that, but sometimes that's their secret. They don't tell anybody.
The secret sauce.
It's like exactly the secret sauce. But so now for our nose and taste are going to be very similar.
Okay.
So we have vanilla, florals, and spice.
I could definitely smell the floral when you were pouring it earlier. When you were pouring it earlier, the fan was wafting that over.
It definitely has the spices there when it came out that nostril.
Yeah.
I guess there's a sweetness. That's got to be that vanilla, And I got to clean my palate real quick because we had some food.
We did.
Foodies before we started, which this is perfect for what you got.
I think so. I don't remember the exact name of the things, so that's unfortunate.
Of what you got?
Yeah, what I got.
So you got a snapper that was in some type of onions and peppers and tomato type of sauce.
Yeah.
So it's Mexican Spanish style food.
Yeah.
And then it came with rice and tostones.
No, they came with
rice and the plantains. And then you got
like chili relleno or
right.
I'm totally butchering that name.
There's stuffed poblano peppers.
Yeah, stuffed poblano peppers and then fried.
And it was cheese.
Yeah, and that came with the tostones and then
the tomatoes,
and
the fresh tomatoes. It was very good.
Yeah.
And then we got
fresh
chips.
Yep.
They make their own chips there and the salsa.
Oh, it's La Bamba.
La Bamba.
Which, if you live in Florida, you can
check it out. South, you live in
there's a couple
Palm
of
Beach
locations.
Gardens.
They have a bunch of locations. So.
Good food, really good Spanish food, and I think this is going to go great with the fish and the hot pepper.
That's kind of what I was gambling with. I thought it would.
Wow, that's smooth.
They weren't lying about creamy.
That is creamy and smooth and vanilla, and the florals in my mouth now. I should never say that out loud, but and it's spicy. There's a little bit of spice on my tongue. The tip of my tongue is a little bit of spice. Mm-hmm. The heat, I got a little sense of heat coming in right now. A little bit of heat. Nothing. This is not going to grab you.
No,
but this is like really. This is why that bottle was so.
This is a nice. I mean, it's a nice drink, and it smells nice.
I mean, this is really nice. I mean, this is like a really good drinking bourbon. And look, founded in 2017. I mean, they're doing a great job.
Yeah.
They're winning awards. They have a good collection of ryes and bourbons.
Yeah. I like that it's not super complex either. The flavor.
There's no complexity here. Yeah.
You can get everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm just happy it doesn't fall on its face. I know sometimes when you have a really simple flavor profile, it ends up tasting great and then it just falls flat on its face and you're like, oh, that's kind of like a letdown. I really enjoyed it. But this
is really good.
This is nice.
I see why I drank so much of it when I first got it. I think I was really enjoying it. And like I said, because we have so many bottles. I was looking at our collection. We should start our own game show. Name that bourbon. Name that whiskey. Did you ever watch that show when you were a kid, or did you ever see it? Name that tune?
Yeah.
And then you had to name it in so many notes or something like that. And then they have a round where they would start bidding against each other. I can name that in 2 notes. I can name that in 1 note. Yeah, we did that with whiskey tasting, like a game show.
Just 1 note.
1 taste.
1 taste.
Yeah.
1 sip.
1 sip. Right? I can name that whiskey in 3 sips. It'd be kind of cool.
I think it would be fun.
Name that whiskey.
I don't know.
Brought to you by the good people from the good Frisky Whiskey.
I'm going to be honest. I don't know if I'm good enough at tasting whiskeys yet to pull out the specific ones.
That'd be a great game show to try.
That'd be fun. Yeah.
We got to get somebody who knows their whiskey really well. Like a Steve.
Yeah.
Or maybe even, I'm not going to say his name, but the guy who does the,
yeah.
I'm going to say, the
Whiskey
classes,
University.
Yeah. Name that bourbon. Welcome to the show, and I'm your host, Granny Risotto.
Really? That's the name you want to go with?
All those game shows have the craziest names. I like Granny Risotto.
Killing me, Smalls.
But I think we're going to do that. I think we're going to have a show. Maybe we get 2 people on a show that time. And we pit them against each other to name that whiskey.
Yeah.
No hints. Only thing we'll give them is a region where it came from.
Maybe we could work it out so that Steve and the other person are on at the same time.
Ooh.
Like a mega episode.
Right. I like that.
And then both of them can pit against each other, and we'll
see who wins.
With Gran whatever risotto.
Granny Risotto,
yeah.
the host.
It's so weird.
I got issues. What can I tell you? Or a vision, one or the other.
They can be one and the same.
I can name that bourbon in 2 sips.
I triple dog dare you.
So I walked into the liquor store next to Publix today.
Okay.
To see what they had.
Which one? The one?
Our Publix over here in A1A. It's not a bad store. I haven't really walked in there to go shopping. So
that's what I was telling you about. Yeah, and they had like the blends and all that stuff on the shelf.
So I was talking to him about that, and he looks at me and goes, "You're on that show. Your friend came here, the big guy." And he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "I watched you on YouTube." I'm like, "You're kidding?"
Nice.
He goes, "No." He goes, "Yeah, it's actually entertaining. I've watched 2 of your shows. They're entertaining."
That's awesome.
I'm like, "Okay, you should drop the price of that blend."
Can we get a fan discount?
So like I know he told you to drop that price. You should drop that price a little bit. And he's got a couple of Widow Janes up there. One of them was like $400.
Yeah.
So I was just like, he has interesting. Like that's interesting. He has like that kind of stuff back there. I wonder if he has customers that buy that kind of stuff.
I mean, he's in kind of the right area.
It's a bad area for it.
It's not,
No.
And that's what he said. Is like all the people that are coming down and moving over to the apartments next to it, they got the money to spend, and so they walk in there and they spend the money.
Right.
But it's like a curiosity thing more than anything.
Yeah.
They just think it's going to be better.
Right.
Which is what he said. He's like, yeah, they have no idea what they're talking about. They just see an expensive bottle and they think it's going to be better.
Right. But they have a good selection of whiskey there.
They do.
They do.
They really do.
Yeah.
Honestly, and for the most part, their prices are pretty solid.
Yeah, I thought that too. Yeah, I thought
they're pretty
that too.
average around.
Yeah.
Some of them are a little bit more expensive, but then when you get to those like allocated things, then they're just like astronomical. Like he's way outside of the.
Right. Like yes.
And if you listen to this show, dude, please drop the price on your blend.
It's right. Come on, people. Come on, people. All right, so I think we're going to go in for our round 2 here with a little bit of ice, see how it changes. Although I can't picture, based off how simple our palate's gotten to this way.
Honestly, the only thing, I think it's going to become more creamy, and I think the spice is going to let the vanilla come out more.
Okay.
That's going to be my guess.
We'll see. A little Milam Greene.
The Milams. Pour me the whiskey.
I know we've talked about this before, but we do have to do like a women of whiskey and just get like 3 or 4 different whiskeys that are made by women.
I agree. 100%.
If we have to get some out, overseas like that one Bream.
Sorry.
Bram, was it Bream?
I'm just
hey, what are you doing over there?
I'm throwing the microphone around. Sorry, people on Instagram.
Yeah.
Just like slamming it all over the place.
Killing us over here, man.
My bad.
1 cube?
1 cube.
1 cube for you, 1 cube for me.
3 cubes for everybody else. Yeah, no, I remember when we first, got our hands on Milam Greene, like how impressed we were by their rye.
Mm-hmm. And that was a barrel select for Flaviar.
Yep.
My whiskey club.
But then we ended up finding it at Total Wine.
Right.
But it was months later.
But there's a sticker on it. I looked at it today.
Yeah.
It's this bottle, this barrel was selected for Flaviar. So it's one of those like barrel selects.
Yeah.
Through them. So
yeah, told you.
Oh, the spice is completely gone.
And vanilla and floral came out.
That's still not bad on ice. Wow. I like it. I think I like this both ways. I think this can go good either way, and this would be great with a cigar.
And I was right. The creaminess came up more, and then the spice went away a little bit and let the vanilla come out.
Like this,
nice.
This is nice. Like sitting on like a patio overlooking the water, like just sitting back and sipping this whiskey, chilling out.
Yes.
Because it's just so smooth and so easy and not complex, and just it's just there.
It's a good drinking whiskey. A good drinking whiskey, and for $58,
oh,
that's
well
not
worth
bad.
it. 100% worth it. Look, for what they do to make this happen, right? Using 3 different types of bourbons, right?
I really want to know what
distilling it in 2 different places and then aging it.
Rude.
aging it. You know, I have an idea about that. By the way, we're gonna put up some cones and shut down 95.
Oh, the
From
perfect.
North Lake to PGA.
I love that.
Until the cops figure out what's going on and then our show will be done.
Well, no, I mean it's fine. Everything's fine.
We'll steal a bunch of mob barricades and put them up.
Yeah. Construction, you know.
Get my daughter to help us put them out.
Yeah.
Do everything perfect.
She would just have to wear the Oculus while doing it, though.
This is so good. Like, I forgot how good this was, and obviously, since this bottle's already getting like a quarter level,
It smells really good.
I'm going to get another bottle of this, I think.
I might actually.
I think I like this better than, I mean, the rye was good, but I think I like this better than that rye, if I remember correctly.
I don't remember. Do we still have the rye?
Oh, I still have it.
Maybe we'll have to try it after the episode.
Let's remind ourselves. Like I said, I got so many now. It's like I don't go back too often, which is odd.
Because that was like episode 3.
Oh, yeah.
Something like that. It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been. Oh, yeah. We're up to 29. That's a lot of episodes.
It is.
It is a lot of episodes.
Just a couple.
Yeah, touche to us, man. You know, kudos to us for doing 29, sticking it out, you know.
And kudos to all you guys out there
who listen to us and follow us.
Yeah.
You know,
make it happen.
Out.
It's the whole reason for doing this.
Yeah, check us out. I think we've talked about it before. We're going to have some things coming, you know, maybe sell some merchandise. Maybe you guys get one of these fancy T-shirts.
Yeah.
Or a fancy hat, you know, something like that.
I think it'd be fun.
Yeah. Well, we're working on it, so there'll be something coming pretty soon, though.
Yeah.
It's in the works.
It is in the works.
You know, we're talking to people, making things happen.
Yeah, signing contracts.
Contracts, having business meetings.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Business meetings.
Yeah.
Business.
Business.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm doing business over here.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, this is tasty. So, are you in the same boat I'm in? Both ways, icer. I think I like it better neat, but I can go. If I wanted something a little more on the chilled side, I get the ice of this to be happy.
Yeah, I mean, I like it on ice, but not nearly as much as on like.
No, this
neat.
is better. I mean, I would probably drink this 80% neat, 20% on ice.
But you're right. If it was like a really hot day out and
Yeah.
I was drinking whiskey outside because I like punishing myself.
After hours of yard work, I just sit out front and start pounding whiskey.
Standing in front of the sun and drinking hot whiskey. That's my.
That's the best thing for you. Opens up those pores.
I mean, I can see it like if you're, you know, if it's warm out and you're sitting out at an event or something like that, like you said, sitting at the, you know, on the beach or whatever.
But this one, honestly, if you have a friend, whiskey, you know, their birthday, you want to give them a good bottle, you could go with the Milam Greene with confidence that they're going to be extremely happy when they taste it.
Also, it's kind of cool that it's made, you know, one at 2 of their distilleries, or at both of their distilleries, but then also sourcing the Tennessee bourbon.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I really want to.
And actually, I'm kind of curious what Texas bourbon you're using and what other bourbon
they're
they're
making
using.
their bourbon.
I guess maybe it is their own. Maybe it's their
Yeah, they'd be making their own Texas bourbon, their own
so what's the
Kentucky
vintage?
bourbon,
Yeah,
and
so
then
what's
I
the
don't know what
vintage?
because you know that's theirs, right?
we
The
know
Texas
that?
and the Kentucky one.
Do we know that?
Why would they go?
I don't know.
They have distilleries there, in both of those places.
But maybe as a blend, they don't want to use their own just in case they just.
And then they talk about what it's made with, the blend.
It is true. Yeah, it's got to be their whiskey. I'm just being stupid. It's like, wake up. Fucking
It's been one of those days.
Fucking Granny Risotto.
Granny Risotto strikes again. That's it. You're getting a smoking jacket with the Granny Risotto on it.
That's awesome. I would wear it.
I'm sure you would.
Get it for me for Halloween. Like, what are you, Granny Risotto? What else, Granny Risotto? That'd be awesome.
You'd have to have a wig. No
Oh,
questions.
yeah,
No questions.
oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, so I think we're going to move into our next one here, and you can handle talking someone this one. It wasn't easy for me really to find. I did check our friend Chat AI, and
Chat GPT.
GPT. Sorry, I said AI.
I mean, it is.
It is, and it came back one of those things. Not enough information out there for me to let you know. If you find anything out, let me know. Well, I got one of those messages again. So, I mean, I did find some good information on them, and honestly, it's when you talk, we'll talk.
Yes.
How about that?
Okay.
All right.
So I got to start talking first before we can talk. Gotcha.
Yes.
So we're doing the Pritchard's Double Chocolate Bourbon. So this one is $69.99. It's 90 proof. The mash bill is corn, rye, and wheat.
They don't give you a percentage.
That's fine. We know it's going to be at least 51% corn.
Yes.
So we know that much. So Pritchard's, the whiskey brand and distillery, were founded by Phil Pritchard, who is now the company's master distiller. He named it after his ancestor, or as we learned, the great-great-great-grandfather of Phil Pritchard, Benjamin Pritchard, who operated a distillery in Davidson County, Tennessee in the early 1800s, who bequeathed his distilling equipment to his son after his death in 1822. Founded in 1997, Pritchard's distillery was the first legal distillery in Tennessee in almost 50 years. Searching into American history, they set out to handcraft their spirits in traditional copper pot stills like those of colonial America some 200 years ago.
That's about all I could find. There wasn't really much more out there about them.
That's all right.
What I will say is, check out their website. Check it out.
Do it right now.
Do it right now. Check out their website. They make a lot. And when I was doing my research, they were actually making rum before they started making the whiskey.
Yep.
And 1997 founded in 1997. The distillery actually opened in 99.
Okay.
But in 97, whatever they were making was what got them incorporated, which was the rum.
Also, another interesting fact about Pritchard's is they're the only Tennessee bourbon that isn't required to do the Lincoln County method.
Right.
They don't actually have to do that.
Right.
They're actually exempt from doing it.
But I thought that, so the Lincoln County method's the only way you can call it Tennessee whiskey.
Yeah.
Right. So, but they're not declaring this Tennessee whiskey, right? They're just calling it double bourbon.
Maybe not this one, but
Right.
the other stuff. Right. It's just like it's a thing that they're exempt from.
Sure. Yeah.
They're exempt.
They don't have to do it.
Yeah.
Now they do make. If you go to the website too, like I said, they make about 7 different rums. Okay, that's a lot of rum.
Yeah.
7 different rums. That's like a lot of different rums. Like, I'm kind of curious what they make. Maybe get one for Kyle. They also make 3 different vodkas.
Okay.
They have these liqueurs, and there's one called Lucky something. I'm drawing a blank on the name right now, but apparently it's their biggest seller, and it's a liqueur whiskey that they use peaches, apricots, figs, and something else, and they ferment it with whiskey.
Huh.
And it makes this like liqueur. And it's like their most popular.
I gotta get some of that.
And they have recipes for them.
That sounds
like
really
drink
good.
recipes. It actually sounds very good. Yeah. So I want to get a bottle of that and check that out.
Something.
They also make. I said cognac, but it was wrong. I think it's cognac then. Maybe it was cognac. Like they make cognac, and then there was something else that they make too. So they make a bunch of different whiskeys.
Okay.
And the website's kind of cool. They have a good recipe area. They do tours. They have a really nice facility. And if you guys are interested, you can actually work with them, and they will make you a barrel of whiskey and age it for you. Huh. I don't know how much it costs, but
$5,000.
you can do that. You think $5,000?
I think $5,000.
So I'm going to call them. We'll let everybody know next week because I'm kind of curious.
I'm curious
because if it makes sense. Maybe we do that.
I mean, if it's not $5,000, sure.
Yeah, if it's not sure. But it's kind of cool that they do that. And the whole process, I think, is done with you in some form or fashion.
So would I go there?
I don't know. I have to figure all that out because they make it. It's not like they're making their batches and they're just going to put a barrel aside for you. They actually make an entire barrel for you. Like everything, the entire process is for you.
That'd be cool if you could like select your mash bill.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That'd be awesome.
Like do stuff with it.
Yeah. Why not?
Would we do a sweet mash or a sour mash?
Oh, sour mash. We like that sweet mash we had last week was good. I think we go traditional the first go.
No way.
Huh?
No way.
Huh?
Do sweet mash.
No, we have to talk about this.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
We're getting 2 barrels.
Yeah, right. $10,000 now. Pull out that Frisky Whiskey credit card. All right, so let's get back to our work at hand here.
So our nose is going to be cocoa bean, dark chocolate, corn, and vanilla.
Okay.
Right, and then we should be tasting toffee, caramel, chocolate, corn, oak, and it should be a little bit on the dry side.
So that chocolate definitely comes out. That cocoa bean comes out.
Oh, that's crazy.
Wow. And maybe that's corn too, because corn's going to be sweet too.
Well, corn is a very specific type of smell.
And the vanilla, it's the chocolate's really overtaking everything. There's a sweetness in there, so it's got to be the vanilla. But that smells amazing.
So now what I got for from La Bamba for this pairing is flan.
That's going to be good. We have a little bit of that, too.
Because I figured this was more like, I thought double chocolate. I figured desserty maybe.
That smells really good. So what now our taste is going to be?
Toffee, caramel, chocolate, corn, oak, and a little dry.
A little dry, okay.
Which, it tastes like chocolate.
Wow.
And it's dry.
And it's dry. Wow, my tongue just went like really dry.
So now, like...
But that's tasty, though.
Yeah, I'm not usually, like, a huge fan of, like, chocolate-flavored stuff. You know, like, that's not chocolate.
Gotcha.
It usually doesn't taste right, in my opinion. But this is actually pretty dang good.
This is really good. When I first got this bottle, which was a while ago, I remember I cracked it open, I tasted it, but I didn't like go through a flavor profile we're doing right now. And obviously, I really didn't go back to it, but we were saving it for the show. We just didn't know when we were going to do it. So we bought this bottle a while ago.
Yeah, it's been a minute. So I will say, like
this is nice and smooth. Like, has nice...
It's smooth, it's dry, it's chocolate. But that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, maybe it's because it needs something else, but, like, it's kind of letting me down. I mean, it's not bad.
It's not bad.
I'm not saying it's bad.
It's different.
There's a lot of other flavor profiles here that would be cool to grab, but literally it's chocolate and dry.
Chocolate dry. I mean, the sweetness is probably that caramel and toffee mixing together, too. A little sweetness behind it, but it is really just chocolate and dry. This is different as a whiskey goes. Oh, bourbon goes. I'm sorry, Bourbon Heritage Month. So after the show, and we're going to record it for everybody, I'm going to make... So on their website, they have a chocolate Manhattan recipe. So I happen to have the ingredients because you need chocolate bitters. Because you always keep chocolate bitters in the house. You never know when you need chocolate bitters.
Always,
right?
just in case you need to drink it.
I mean, just in case, So we're actually going to try and make one. We're going to make it on. We're going to record it, make it, and post it for everybody. We'll taste it.
Yep.
Give everybody our Manhattan review of this, and this will be maybe the kickoff of the upcoming mixologist series that we're going to be doing. Because we got our tabletop today, yay! Woo-hoo. And we might even test that out tonight with our portable, collapsible table.
Yes.
See how that handles it. Or we'll build something if we're not happy with it, because it's really a workbench table.
Well, I mean, I think it'll be fine with what we've set up in mind for it. Yeah. I think it'll be fine.
It'll be fine. But yeah, it's.
I'm hoping that with ice, it comes back and like pulls some other things out.
Because it's won awards.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing though. Is like I know it's not a bad whiskey at all. Like, if you really want to spend the $70, grab a bottle. It's not bad.
It's not. It's different. It's different.
Yeah.
It is totally different.
I can see this being something that you put in your bar for something like what we're doing.
Yeah.
Where you're like making a chocolate old fashioned or
chocolate Manhattan or old fashioned.
Yeah.
But probably make a chocolate old fashioned Manhattan.
But what I'm saying is like it's a very specific like flavor profile you're going with. Sure, keep it in your bar. It's a good whiskey for it.
I bet you this would make a good chocolate old fashioned too.
But it's kind of like, we like our Bullet Rye old fashions. Bullet Rye is not like a this is the best rye whiskey ever.
It's a good rye. It's a good rye. It's great for
good rye, and it's good for making cocktails.
It makes a great cocktail. I totally.
So it's like it's in the same vein. This is in the same vein.
Like this, even though it wasn't complex, is more complex than this.
Yes.
And this really, what you got out of this is what we were expecting.
Yes.
What we're getting out of this right now is only the chocolate.
It's literally chocolate.
Only chocolate.
Chocolate and whiskey and dry.
Chocolate and whiskey. Rye. Wait, no rye.
Dry.
There's
no rye in this. I mean, there is rye technically, and
it's in the mash bill.
There's a percentage of rye.
Of some percentage. We don't know the percentage.
It could be 48%. It could be 2.
It could be 2.
We don't know.
It could be 1.5.
It could even be maybe 1 3/4. I don't know.
All right.
Having like office flashbacks with Jim and Dwight.
If we're going in for the ice. I mean, it's a cool bottle.
Yeah, I like it.
If I remember correctly, there was a little thing about the bottle. They went back to this was a style of bottle back in the day when
back in my day.
Back in the day when Benjamin Richard made this. This was the style of bottles they used to use back in those days.
Nice.
So they went back to that tradition as well.
Keeping it old school. which is always appreciated.
A little more to me. There we go.
Spill the whole thing up, it's fine. Right to the brim. Right to the brim, we'll take a little something and put a nice cube in.
Remember when that one whiskey fest, bourbon fest, and like they were
just giving you glasses of whiskey.
Up to the top, though.
Yeah.
It was like all you needed was one, and then you were pretty much good for the day at that point.
It was like the very first one. It was terrible.
It was horrible.
It's horrible because when you go to a whiskey fest, you want multiple whiskeys to try the different things.
Flights and stuff like that.
But you walk to one, and they gave you, like, the full thing. Like, they filled up the entire glass. So it's like, okay, well, I'm drinking, I don't know, like 5 ounces of whiskey in one go. And then they didn't have enough food to, like, make it so you could, like, drink that much.
Right, yep.
So it was weird, man.
All right, so we got the ice in there.
Yep. I'm hoping a little bit more pops
chocolate.
out.
It's more of a dark chocolate smell now. Like, it's really got that dark chocolate smell. Like, I feel like it has opened up a thing of, like...
That actually is really good. The vanilla came out.
A little bit, yeah. But it's more of a darker chocolate now. Bro, you all right, man?
There's like a bug on my neck. It's all bugging me. Get it?
Yep, bump.
And you laugh at my joke.
Laugh at my joke. I'm going to kill Granny risotto.
Get out of here, Granny. No, it definitely is dark chocolate, vanilla. There's that corn there. It's weird. Like, it's
more
nice
flavors
that it's there.
popped out with the ice. It totally did. It's a little more complex now. It went up a little bit. This is better on ice. In my opinion, you're getting more flavors out of this than ice.
Yeah, you definitely get the toffee. There's a very distinct toffee flavor.
I think that dryness went a little bit away. It's a little dry, but it's not as dry.
It's not as dry.
Yeah, that chocolate.
The chocolate's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're being attacked by something.
Something is alive.
Oh, by the way, so I officially have seen Cocaine Bear because you kept bringing it up.
You watched it.
And I hated it.
How could you hate that movie?
I suffered through it.
It was awesome. It's a great movie. It's awesome.
There's nothing awesome about that.
Oh, my God. Come on. Oh, look at that bear, honey. Something's wrong with that bear. No, he's fine. That bear was awesome. And when he kept smelling the cocaine.
First off, it's a female bear. Yeah. It was a mama bear.
Yes. Who brought cocaine back to the kids to do.
Yes, I saw that.
Yes,
and I was
yes,
like,
it was awesome.
And the cubs were fine. Yeah. That was funny.
In fact, when she ate the whole kilo.
Yeah. I'll admit, when she like fell asleep on the dude. I was like, okay, that's kind of funny. Because like it was just an awkward situation with the cop on the roof, of the building, and then like the bear just sitting there, and like everyone's trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Yeah, I thought that in general, like awkwardness of that scene was funny, and then the park ranger was funny. Because she was just like...
Oh, yes.
Just the most asinine park ranger ever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I thought it was a great movie. I thought it was very entertaining as the movie goes. I'm sorry. You obviously have no taste in movies. That's okay. It's okay. Go read a book.
I'll go read the book.
Go read the book, okay? I heard the book's completely different.
They didn't follow the book at all. It's bullshit.
That is funny. So football season started.
It did.
Our first game Thursday. Actually, it was kind of an interesting game. I think KC kind of blew it. They go for it on fourth down.
Do you think it's because Kelsey was out?
Yes.
100%. 100%. He
so
just wasn't. He lost his little mojo.
Two receivers dropped 7 balls.
Yep.
Okay. Just two receivers. Just two receivers on that team dropped 7 balls. How many times would that ball, one of those balls would have gone to Kelsey that would have extended a play, extended a drive?
Yeah.
Without him having that one really legit receiver, it's a different game. He kept him in the game. Yeah. And Mahomes is an awesome quarterback. It's going to be.
How much did they lose by?
It was 1 point. It's
yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
It was just, normally Detroit loses those games. I think Detroit's defense got really good. I think Detroit's going to be a good team this year.
I think they have a shot.
I like that receiver, St. Brown. That guy's awesome.
Also, I mean, when you beat a team like, if you're Detroit and you beat a team like, them, like Chiefs, like, that's got to make you feel pretty damn good. Mm-hmm. They're coming back from Super Bowl stuff, and they're getting beat by like a team that no one really pays attention to.
And tomorrow's first day of football Sunday.
Yeah, I know.
I'm looking forward to that.
Me too. I think I got some snacks at the house.
Oh yeah, no, I do my traditional. I make my Sunday gravy, the Italian Sunday gravy.
Sunday gravy.
If you don't know what that is out there, it's the big pot of sauce that us Italians make. It used to be like every Sunday, Grandma or Mom would make the pot of sauce every Sunday. You had to,
and then the tradition is passed on down to the kids, and then the kids do it.
I don't do it very often anymore because it's just
it's terrible for you.
It can be. I mean, I think the sauce itself is fine, but it's like whatever else you eat with it.
Yeah.
Like we're making stuffed shells tomorrow night for dinner. But for I'm cooking this thing. I start cooking this thing at probably 9:00 tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Because I want that sauce to be pretty much ready, good to go by football. So I can get my bread, get a big bowl of sauce, dip the sauce. I'm also doing meatballs. I'm doing country pork ribs with the bone, and chicken thighs in there.
I need to be a part of this, but I want to add in my barbecue to your Sunday gravy, like beef ribs. Like I have my smoked beef ribs. We take the meat, throw the bones in there, and then you can like hack up the meat and then make it into the meatballs.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, next time we're doing gravy, we'll plan this thing out.
Yeah, we'll have to plan it out.
Yeah, I have to plan it out. But I do it every year. First game of the season, I always make a pot of gravy.
I'm not making a pot of gravy.
I'm making a pot of gravy. But, I mean, we eat off it for a couple of weeks, too. I mean, we freeze parts, freeze some of it. But like I said, I always do different meats. That's the secret to making a pot of sauce or pot of gravy. You got to put meat in there.
Well, you got to like get the fond at the bottom, right? Like you like cook it in the pot and then you throw all the ingredients in?
No. So I get the sauce going by itself, and then with a cast iron skillet, I sear.
Okay.
I sear. So I got this time I'm doing country pork ribs with the bones, and chicken thighs and meatballs. Meatballs I'll bake first. Actually, it's a little secret. I bake them for about 20 minutes, get them going, and then throw them into the sauce. And then whatever fats in that pan from the meatballs go into the sauce.
Yeah.
But I just brown the meat and then throw it in there, and then slow cook it for like 2 hours, and it just gives it good flavor. Like normally I do brajol. I didn't do brajol this time. It's because the country pork ribs are on sale and they had a bone on it, so I like that. I'll do spare ribs in there sometimes. I have at least 3 meats.
Yeah.
Some type of pork, some type of beef, some type of chicken. And the meatballs are the 3 meats: veal, pork, and beef. Yep. But it's still that's my beef to that. You know. So it's gonna be good tomorrow. I got to pick up a loaf of bread. I meant to go to picnics today, but
I saw that he was out in Amsterdam or something.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I saw a picture of
party guy
from Amsterdam. Like, hello from Amsterdam.
I was like, good for him.
He beat me to it.
So I wonder if he's even open right now.
I don't know.
Maybe he's on vacation.
I don't know.
Okay. Maybe
they just redid the kitchen too.
You did?
No, he did.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he got all new gear and stuff. I don't know. I think he should have waited until I was in Amsterdam, and then we could have partied together.
That would have been awesome.
That would have
been really awesome. But so I got to go to. I'm going to go to Joseph's tomorrow and get some fresh bread in the morning. And
not picnics.
Yeah, and then what I always do too, this little thing. Once the sauce is really going, right, 2 hours into it, what I do is I take an egg and I scoop out a little quick sauce and I quickly crack the egg into the sauce. And
nice.
It just sits there and it just poaches.
Yep.
And it's called eggs in purgatory.
There's actually shakshuka is the other actual dish for it. It's a Middle Eastern dish. It's spiced tomato.
Okay.
And then you crack the eggs into you put like a little thing into it, and then you crack eggs into it, and then you cover it and let it cook.
Let it poach.
And then you take the egg out while it's still like runny yolk.
Yep.
And then you dip bread into it and stuff.
That's what I'm going to do tomorrow.
Shakshuka.
I think I'm
saying it right.
But me, the Italian, we're going to.
I know you call it whatever. Eggs in purgatory.
Eggs in purgatory, but I take that, get a meatball with the yolk, a little piece of bread. Oh,
that sounds really good.
Oh, it's going to be awesome football tomorrow. I can't wait for tomorrow. I warned my family. Football Sunday.
I got to get the whole thing. I got to get the kid going.
Nobody bother me tomorrow.
I got the nice TV.
If it wasn't hot out, I'd be out here watching TV.
It's going to be hot out.
So it's just too hot for me out here right now. Even with the fan, it's too hot. I want to chill and eat my sauce.
I got to get the jersey on. Snacks, jersey.
And you like the dirty cheating.
You can't really say that anymore.
No, I guess you can. No, but you're a Patriots fan. I'm a Cowboys fan. Cowboys are playing tomorrow night at 8:30. Hopefully, I can stay up for the whole game.
Just don't eat so much sauce.
Make
it go through the day so you're not food comaed by 8:30.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I get the afternoon game.
Oh, do you? Yeah,
the
4 o'clock game.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I just love football. I got my red zone. I got my TV. I have a whole setup, man. I got Red Zone on my laptop. I got the TV playing the game. If need be, I'll have the iPad playing another game if something's going on that really bothers So I get crazy.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's my fantasy football.
Your setup, like your little distribution.
Although I'm not happy, I made a move on Thursday. Figured Kels was out. I figured that guy Sky Moore would have a big game.
Didn't have a big game.
No, he dropped 3 balls. You have a job. It's to catch the ball. You're a receiver. Catch the ball.
He's afraid of him.
I don't know. They need to get him a receiver though. I said, Kelsey's awesome, but they need to give him one more guy. Like when he had Tyreek Hill, they were awesome. Mm-hmm. And they proved they can without a receiver, but you got to get a receiver. You got to get this guy a receiver. Anyway, okay. So on ice, I think it's a little bit better. A little more flavorful.
Ice, I think it's a lot better, and I can see how this is going to make a very good chocolate Manhattan.
Oh yeah,
I can see it.
Yeah.
When you combine the ingredients that we're going to combine with the sweet vermouth and the chocolate bitters, and then this, I can see it being a very good Manhattan.
Yep. Well, we're going to find out. We're definitely going to find out.
I'm going to have to actually convince my local bar to carry this stuff in some chocolate bitters so they can make me a Manhattan.
If we like this, we haven't.
That's true.
If we like this,
they should just carry this
because we're not Manhattan guys to begin with, but we're gonna become Manhattan guys.
We're gonna try.
We have to.
We're gonna accept that
the whiskey demands it. That we become Manhattan guys.
Can we just drink whiskey?
Yeah, can we just drink whiskey? Why's all these demands? I just want to drink.
Who's demanding this? Is this granny risotto again?
Grainy risotto. Grainy.
No, you're granny.
No, not granny. GrannyRisotto.com. We have a new video on RedTube going out tomorrow.
Subscription only $1.99. Check us out, our link tree.
That's awesome. All right, so.
Oh my goodness. Honestly, both of these are really good whiskeys.
They're good. I would say on ice, this is what saved it. The Pritchard.
I also think Pritchard's. That's your cocktail whiskey. That is one of those things that's kind of a specific flavor profile. I think it will do a specific type of cocktail very well.
And also if you're a whiskey collector, connoisseur, you have a collection, I think you should get this in your collection. This is one of those things you pull out after dinner. You have this little dinner party, and you want to
It's an interesting one.
I have a little chocolate bourbon for dessert. Yeah.
You having chocolate cake and then chocolate bourbon.
Or something like that. Or flan. I think flan would be perfect. Something creamy. Or a creme brulee.
A creme brulee.
Something like that. Yeah. Or like a Boston cream donut.
Something with cream.
Oh, but I the Milam Greene, honestly, this is a home run.
Yeah, no, Milam Greene is always. I don't think I've ever had anything from them that I didn't like.
Yeah, we've only had 2 things, but yes, I know we like that.
I've had their regular bourbon.
Have you?
Yeah.
I haven't had their regular. Have I?
I think you have. Yeah, I think you have.
I don't remember. Okay, it's possible. There's a lot of things I don't remember. You get old.
Also, when you're drinking.
Yeah, when you're drinking. Oh man! So last night, everybody, I put down an entire. I think I put down an entire bottle of that Bullet pre-made old fashions. I think.
I know that we did bad things after our draft night. We
did
killed
that.
3 of those bottles that you had sitting around.
I was a little rough this morning. A little rough around the edges. Yeah. A good omelet saved me this morning. Thank God for the omelets.
I was unsavable. I just had to suffer today.
Yeah, I hear you.
That's all it was.
I did some yard work to repent my sins.
Yeah.
I'm doing my end of summer, going into whatever.
I saw that you cleaned up. You cleaned up the area over here.
Right over here. You saw it. Yeah. Thank you. I'm not done yet. It started raining. I would have finished all the week.
Wait, it rained?
Today it rained. Oh. It rained over here. Oh. And it was just it was drizzling. It would rain a little hard. It would drizzle and rain. I was like, I'm just going inside. I got 3/4 of what I wanted to get done today, so I'm happy.
Looks good.
Yeah, I do it every year. It's a 3-week project. If I do it all at once, I don't walk for days.
Oh,
if I break it up for 3 weeks, I'll hurt.
Slightly,
but can walk. So, all right. So I think we're coming to the end of our show.
I think so.
So we're gonna post something on Instagram. We're gonna make the cocktails, the chocolate Manhattans. Give you guys our opinion of that too.
Yeah.
We have some good cigars tonight.
Yeah. These are coming from SpockCigar.com.
These are FoxCigars.com. It's the Foreign Affair.
Yeah. It's gonna be a little bit small.
It's a little guy. They're little guys, but they have a really good flavor. They have a really good medium flavor to them.
Yeah.
I think that'll go great with I think if I'm going to have my victory cigar tonight, I'm going to do.
Yeah, I'm going to do a Milam.
I'm going to do a Milam. First, I have the Manhattan, then I'm going to have this.
I'm going to do the Manhattan first. Make sure it's good, because who knows? Maybe the Manhattan ends up becoming the drink with the cigar. Ooh, you don't know.
You don't know until we try.
Exactly.
So, and we're gonna like I said, we're gonna record it. We're gonna post it. So check it out. Check out these whiskeys. You know, you have somebody a birthday party coming up. You want to give them a good whiskey, give them to Milam Greene.
Yep.
If
At $58, it's really good.
You know, if you know a whiskey enthusiast, and you don't know what to get them, and you want to impress them with something really different, get them Pritchard's.
Yeah, especially if they like doing cocktails and stuff like that. Like if they're like a mixologist type, like they like to kind of mix cocktails and make different drinks. 100% that Pritchard.
Yeah,
that should be on the list.
And it's definitely a one of a kind. You know,
it's just unique. It's unique. It's very unique. Chocolate. Yep. Yeah.
So, and then obviously check us out on YouTube.
Yep. Make
Follow
sure you
subscribe to us. Yep. So there's gonna be some things coming out pretty soon. I think we're gonna sell some stuff, some swag,
some gear,
and look
it's not really drinking gear. It's just gear you can wear while you're drinking.
So people think you're cool. Yeah. You know, trust me. You wear a Frisky Whiskey shirt, people be like, hey,
people know what you're about.
Yeah, exactly.
You're going to be crazy, and you like your whiskey.
Exactly.
Or something like that.
And then look for our upcoming game show, Name That Whiskey, with your host, Granny Risotto.
Coming to a city near you.
Oh, I'm definitely going to be that.
We're going to be on tour.
When we have those guys here doing that show, I'm going to be in Granny Remoto. Oh, my God. Granny Risotto mode.
Oh, my God. Granny Remoto.
Granny Remoto.
You're going to be like dressed like a robot?
That is awesome. All right, everybody have a good night tonight. Yeah. Thanks for joining us. Check us out.
Make sure you keep following us and comment on whiskeys that you want us to try out.
Yeah, someone's actually sent us the name of a whiskey. We're going to pick it up. We're going to try it out.
I think it was 86 Warrior on Instagram.
Warrior. Yeah. So we're going to check that out. But everybody have a good night tonight. Football Sunday. Enjoy your football. Watch your fantasy teams. Yeah. Cooper Cup's out IR for 4 weeks. You get fantasy updates every week for me, okay? Cooper Cup is out.
Mute.
I'm a guru. Come on now. All right, everybody. Have a good night tonight.
Have a good one.